And third baseman, number 16, Dalton Parker. And fourth, the third baseman, number 33, Eric Shooter. And fifth, the right fielder, number 7, Mason Coon. And sixth, tonight's starting pitcher, number 17, Colton Hall. And seventh, the catcher, number 11, Eli Olteen. And eighth, the designated hitter, number 18, Grant Copeland. Copeland hits for the second baseman, number 6, Austin Kane. And that night, the left fielder, number 22, Jake Pence. The rest of the Spartans from Joseph-Ogden. And now the home team on the scoreboard tonight for this championship game, the Comets of Braidwood, Reed-Custer. Head coach Jerry Cole. And now for tonight's starting lineup, leading off, the center fielder, number 10, Travis Schoonover. And second, the shortstop, number 12, Neil O'Donnell. And third, the first baseman, number 15, Jordan Walden. And fourth, the catcher, number 5, Hunter Morosky. And fifth, the third baseman, number 21, Eddie Wilkins. And sixth, tonight's starting pitcher, number 20, Brent Hedrick. And seventh, the left fielder, number 9, Justin Whitesell. And eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Dan Fierro. And that night, the right fielder, number 7, Josh Loomis. And the rest of the Comets of Braidwood, Reed-Custer. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, from your caps. Face the colors to left of center field with your hand over your heart. As soloist, Riley Morris, a senior from Chatham-Glenwood High School, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, dawn bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The Class 2A State Baseball Championship at stake here from Dozer Park in Peoria, and it will match two teams with a combined 63-8 record. It's the Reed-Custer Comets, the St. Joe Ogden Spartans. This championship game coming your way next. Great to have you with us, Dave Bernhardt, along with Hall of Famer Mark Lindo, your 2A championship. Reed-Custer got here by virtue of a 4-3 win yesterday over Rockford Lutheran. St. Joe-Ogden kept their winning streak rolling now at 22 with a 12-5 win over Murfreesboro. Obviously, Mark, two best teams in the state. They sit here today. What do you see as your keys to the game?
Keys to the game. First off, we'll take a look at SJO, St. Joseph-Ogden. I'm going to talk about fundamentals and aggressiveness and put them together, fundamental aggressiveness. This is the team that has lived on Coach Kogel's ability to create the proper play, make the play, and just dominate at times defensively. Aggressiveness, play pressure baseball, pressure the defense, bunt, hit and run, force the action, be creative against Colton Carr. And then for SJO, ride Colton Carr. 10 strikeouts in the super sectional. He can dominate a game. They need him to be good today. And then as far as Ty Brown, Brown's bases, 28 stolen bases on the year, over 100 career hits. He is the catalyst. Brown's got to create havoc on the bases for SJO.
And speaking of Brown, as we take a look at the St. Joe-Ogden lineup, Ty Brown will lead things off. He'll be followed by Colton Johnson, the shortstop. Dalton Parker did the pitching yesterday. He's at third today. Aaron Schluter at first base hitting cleanup. Batting fifth, it's Mason Kuhn, the right fielder. Colton Carr, the pitcher, bats sixth. Eli Olteen is behind the plate hitting seventh. The designated hitter is Brant Hovland. He's batting for the second baseman, Austin Kane. And in left field, it will be Jake Pence for Josh Haley's team. Defensively for Reed-Custer, it's Justin Weitzel in left field. Travis Schoonover's in center, Josh Loomis in right. Over at third base, Eddie Wilkins. Neil O'Donnell's at short. Second baseman's Dan Fierro. Over at first base, it's Jordan Walden. Hunter Morawski behind the plate, and the ace of the Comet staff, Brent Hedrick, on the mound.
Illinois State bound, 10-1, sparkling 1.68 earned run average. He can punch you out. 109 of those in 15 1/3 innings. He's allowed just 40 hits, 15 base on balls. We have two dominant pitchers to call the 2A state championship game's first pitch. Hall of Fame voice of the IHSA, Dave Bernhardt.
Thank you very much. Mark, first pitch from Brent Hedrick, strike in the outside corner to Ty Brown. Reed-Custer won a state title 31 years ago, 1985, for St. Joe-Ogden. Their first appearance in the state finals, going for their first baseball state championship just 2 blocks from here, a little over 2 months ago. SJO won the state Class 2A basketball championship.
You and I had a chance to cover that one, a stable full of athletes for SJO. That's class that have gone through. They flat out know how to win.
Count now 1-2. We saw a little bit of Brent Hedrick last night, just 2/3 of an inning. He had to come on in relief to finish off that win over Rockford Lutheran. They were saving him for this one. Swing and a miss. Brown goes down. First out of our game.
Straight change right there. A mighty dangerous pitch. Dave, he threw strike 2 with a 90-mile fastball up, came back with an 81-mile-an-hour changeup. A great change is somewhere between 8 and 10 miles off the fastball. What a superlative pitch it was to get the catalyst Ty Brown out number 1.
And now he'll have to face Colton Johnson, a shortstop, 2 for 5 last night, a .265 hitter on the season. Johnson headed to the University of Illinois Springfield. Moved into the regular shortstop position midway through last year. Hedrick working quickly. That's an 89-mile-per-hour heater.
Well, I tell you what, he comes in on the hands. He's mighty tough to turn around. Colton Johnson's a great hitter in his own right. Pretty good matchup early on here.
Johnson will watch that one run up and away. 3 balls, no strikes. On deck is Dalton Parker. Hedrick looking to climb his way back.
Johnson seeking his 26th walk of the season. That's a school record.
Send this one out to center field. Travis Schoonover. He covers a lot of ground. Doesn't have to go too far for this one. And that's out number 2.
Nice recovery by Hedrick. He got behind 3-0 against a man that we had just said has walked 25 times. He came strike 1 on 3-1 and then threw a foul ball right down the middle that Johnson was not able to square up.
It's a defense behind Hedrick on the season. A team defensive average of .959. Dalton Parker steps in with a 1 for 4 performance yesterday. Drove in a couple of runs.
That's what Jerry Kogel preaches, is solid defense with pitching. Now, every coach does, but Reed-Custer's in the state championship because they've executed so well in both those facets of the game.
.362 average on the season for Parker. 11 doubles and a home run. He's driven in 28.
Schoonover mighty deep in center field. Should be able to cut off any balls in the gap. No doubles defense with 2 outs.
Big cut from the big man. Yesterday, Parker, the winning pitcher, went all 7 innings, gave up 8 hits, 5 earned runs. So he was touched a little bit by Murfreesboro. 1-2 now to Parker. Took enough off, and Parker stays alive.
Defensive swing, but you called it well. Gets himself another pitch, gets deeper into the count. Got a real good chance for Hedrick to go fastball up here.
He goes down a little bit. Parker hits it hard the opposite way and out of play.
I think he missed his spot. I think he wanted that up above the hands. So he missed a little bit in the zone.
Right fielder Loomis, who had been shading towards the line, comes even more after that foul ball. Once again, the 1-2. This is hard. One hop, spins into the glove of Fierro, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Strikeout, fly out, ground out. That's what Brent Hedrick does in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Reed-Custer coming to the plate.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
Reed-Custer batting order tonight. Travis Schoonover in center field leads it off. Shortstop Neil O'Donnell bats second. Jordan Walden at first. He hits third. Behind the plate is Hunter Morowski batting in the 4th spot. Batting 5th, Eddie Wilkins, the 3rd baseman. Brent Hedrick, pitcher, bats 6th. Hitting 7th, left fielder Justin Weitzel. Dan Fierro, the 2nd baseman, hits 8th. And Josh Loomis in right field, batting 9th. Defense for SJO, it will be Jake Pence, Ty Brown, and Mason Kuhn. From left to right, Dalton Parker, Colton Johnson, Austin Kane, and Aaron Schluter from 3rd to 1st. Behind the plate, it's Eli Olteen and Colton Carr on the mound, and he has some flashy numbers.
I tell you what, we have a special night because we have 2 special pitchers. Colton Carr, the second part of that, as you see him with his warm-up tosses, he's nothing more than 13-0 on the season. A microscopic 0.27 earned run average and an astronomical 99 strikeouts in 77 1/3 innings pitched, just giving up 28 hits, 14 bases on balls. His whip, which is walks and hits to innings pitch, a .543, just over a half a runner per inning.
Those 13 wins have come in Carr's 13 starts. First man he faces will be Travis Schoonover. Schoonover, the table setter for Reed-Custer, though he was hitless last night. Up over 400 batting average on the season. Up over the head of Carr and through, base hit Schoonover. I will bring up Neil O'Donnell. O'Donnell, the shortstop, 2 for 3 last night. Scored a run. He looks down to head coach Jerry Kogel in his 38th season. Kogel, 787 wins, 441 losses, and 5 ties.
Second most wins of any coach in the history of Illinois high school baseball.
Carr spins that one right away from O'Donnell's bat.
O'Donnell up there looking first ball fastball. Off speed. Took about 10 miles, 12 miles off a would-be 89, 90 mile an hour fastball.
That will work. The sacrifice will send Schoonover to second.
Reed-Custer baseball, Jerry Kogel baseball right there. Get him on, get him over. Execution with the bunt game, setting the table for a couple of big boppers coming up.
Jordan Walden up over 400 average, 24 runs batted in for Walden. He doubled last night. Right-handed hitter. Walden, 6'5", senior. Carr, good breaking ball. You could tell the reaction from Walden at the plate. He thought that might hit him, and it just kept coming. Dropped into the zone.
Just froze him outfield. Pence, Brown, Kuhn, very deep. A base hit would indeed score the speedy Schoonover.
And there is one. Schoonover being waved all the way. Brown up with it, and it's a quick 1-0 lead for Reed-Custer.
Recipe for a run, leadoff hit, sacrifice bunt. Get the 3-hole hitter a fastball up and out over the zone. Laces the right field. Ty Brown, as speedy as he had, got to that ball very, very quickly. But no, Schoonover just as fast. No play at home plate. He slides in just with that aggressive as we talked about for a little bit of emphasis on run number 1.
Hunter Morawski, the catcher, the cleanup hitter, will bat with Walden at first base. Colton Carr, who had given up 3 earned runs all season long, all of a sudden touched with one here within the first 3 batters in the 2A championship game. Morawski, a .406 average. This lineup for Reed-Custer stacked at the top with the hitters. The bottom part of the order likes to create. A little more small ball down there, though it was a sac bunt by O'Donnell that set the stage for Walden's RBI single. 0-2 now to Morawski. Outfield deep for him as well.
Colton Johnson, Austin Kane, double play depth.
Carr with the good miss outside.
Strength up the middle in this SJO defense.
Morawski, the tapper. Parker at third, looked to second. Throw to first. Whoa, Morawski got down the line in a hurry. He's called out, and a lot of the folks dressed in gold and black don't buy it, but the ground ball advances Walden to second.
Boy, Morawski playing the game hard. Bang, bang play. Went to SJO. Dalton Parker got the chopper, went to his left glove side. He looked for his second baseman, Austin Cade, said, I cannot at all get Walden there. Threw a seed across the diamond. Bang, bang play. Out goes to SJO.
Home plate umpire tonight, Kent Studebaker. Joe Kemp at first base. Fred Steinway is at third. This ball's ripped inside the line, down the left field line. Eddie Wilkins, the hit. The run scores. Walden, Wilkins into second base. It's a double. It's 2-0, Reed-Custer.
I believe that was a breaking ball up in the zone, and Wilkins kept his hands back and then, like a cobra, just attacked with the barrel of the bat and laced that ball. Had enough of an ability to wait to keep it fair down the left field line for the 2-out RBI.
Now the pitcher left-handed hitting, Brent Hedrick at the plate. He's already been staked to a 2-0 lead here in the first inning. He'd like to get one more off of his bat.
Piggyback on what you said, 3 earned runs all year against Colton Carr, 2 in this inning.
Towards Johnson. 6-3 ends the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, an RBI single, Jordan Walden. RBI double, Eddie Wilkins. After 1 in your 2A championship game, Reed-Custer 2, St. Joe-Ogden 0.
Olive Garden is bringing tempting new layers to our famous lasagna, starting at $11.99. With 3 new irresistible dishes like chicken parmigiana lasagna, ravioli alfredo lasagna, and seafood lovers lasagna. All with our unlimited salad and breadsticks, and all starting at $11.99. You won't want to miss a single layer, so come in now. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
This NFHS Network event is brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Now that's something to smile about.
What you're looking at is a yak. Now, you want to know what a yak is? Yes, that's an animal. Why that becomes important is because he just scored a couple runs.
What?
He scored a couple runs, the yak does. That's right. That figurine is in the dugout of Reed-Custer. They don't go anywhere without their yak. It's in the dugout every game. They call themselves a yak squad. And the yak is a part of their home run repertoire at home. As part of, and they hit home runs into the yak yard, if you will. No home runs that inning, but a couple key hits. And the yak animal is up 2-0.
Well, we had to track that down. Matt Rumler was with us, had to track it down, and we were told they keep it in a case, and you had to get it exposed after the ball game. Ran down there and got a shot of it. So it is a true story. It is not a myth. At the plate, it's Aaron Schluter. 1-1 on him.
So the yak should have been one of our keys to the game, huh?
Line right into the glove of Walden. The stretch and the snag.
That ball was a missile off the bat of Schluter, can flat out hit. But you know what? Cap quick was Walden to take away what may have been extra bases down the right field line.
Mason Kuhn, a right fielder, lefty versus lefty matchup here. Kuhn yesterday, what a ball game he had in the 12-5 win over Murfreesboro. 2 for 2, 2 runs scored and a run batted in. 87 miles per hour on that one from Hedrick. Used all 6'5" of his 195-pound frame. Working quickly. He blows it right by Kuhn. That was a dominating at bat for pitcher Brent Hedrick as he just took the bat out of the hands of Kuhn.
Just overmatched lefty against lefty with a fastball. He went gas, and he center cut it. Hit me if you can. Kuhn just couldn't catch up.
I'm bringing up Colton Carr, headed to Kankakee Community College. He goes first pitch swing, gets a piece of it. Last year, Carr, we talked about his great numbers this year. How about last year? He had 16 plate appearances as a hitter, only threw 14 2/3 innings. And here he is, 13-0 on the mound this year. Great program player. He just got better every year. And the one thing that his head coach, Josh Haley, most proud of, he never complained about a lack of playing time as a junior. He just waited for his time, as it is now, and he made the most of it. No balls and 2 strikes.
Coming into this tournament, the 5 postseason games, SGO pitchers had allowed only 8 hits and 0 earned runs. They've been nicked both yesterday's semifinal win and today.
Back-to-back strikeouts finish the inning. 3 for the game for Hedrick. Perfect through 2. Reed-Custer back to the sticks. They're leading it 2-0.
Heart-stopping, game-changing, tie-turning moments in high school sports. Under Armour highlights of the week on the NFHS Network.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
A large and enthusiastic crowd here tonight at Dozer Park in Peoria. Gorgeous night for baseball here at game time. 79 degrees. We have stayed away from rain that has plagued other parts of the state. The wind blowing out to right field at about 7 miles per hour. Just a perfect night to watch state championship baseball. Dave Bernhard, Mark Lindo. We start the bottom of the second, 7-8-9 in the Reed-Custer order. Justin Weitzel looking to get things started for the Comets.
Well, the 2A semifinal games yesterday, the attendance was 1,200 in the game that St. Joe Ogden was involved in, and over 1,500 the game Reed-Custer was involved in. We got to have $2,000 here tonight. And they are loud and they are enthusiastic, and especially the Yak side is right now pretty excited with a 2-run first inning.
Very quickly, Carr ahead in the count on Weitzel, 0-2. It's part of the order where the offensive numbers statistically down. Weitzel just a 148 average. 0 for 3 last night. Carr just misses on that pitch. Following him will be Dan Fierro at 179. The number 9 hitter, Josh Loomis, 222. Carr goes after him. Bounder up the middle. Johnson to his left. He better hurry. Didn't get him. Good speed for Weitzel. The ball not hit that hard and becomes the 4th hit of the game for the Comets. Now you could see the short game taking place.
Coach Calgo with his arm around his 8-hitter, Dan Fierro. Coach told us the other night on Thursday night, he said, my sophomore Fierro and freshman Loomis, he said they're so ready, they both think they're going to be the star of the game in this tournament. That's the confidence that they exude, so he wasn't concerned at all about them being young.
Bunt, too hard and too foul.
See, fundamentally, though, trying to push the ball toward the first baseman where he's forced to hold the runner. And he knows the third baseman, Dalton Parker, has 1, charging hard, 2, has a hose. So he's trying to place the ball that will bring the first baseman off the base.
Weitzel clapping as he takes his lead at first base. Fake bunt swing. There's room if this thing goes. Down it is. Weitzel had to hold momentarily. Brown couldn't get there in time, and number 7, number 8 in the order are on now with the 5th hit of the game.
And we have seen numerous times the fake bunt and slash. That was a fake bunt and hit. And for a sophomore, he executed like a college or professional player because he didn't tip it off by showing way so easy and pulling back. He actually sold everybody bunt and got a ball that he could handle loop into left center field.
And now it is Josh Loomis, the freshman. Bunting all the way. Gets it down. Carr quickly. They get the force at third. That's a good athlete on the mound. Colton Carr, the force of Weitzel at third.
So fundamentally, not able to get any angle on the bat was Loomis, but fundamentally on the other side, Colton Carr squared his feet up, set his feet, had the presence of mind to know and think the play. 1 step ahead, gets the easy force out to his third baseman, Dalton Parker.
Travis Schoonover batting for the 2nd time in 2 innings, singled and scored the first run of our game back in the first. Outfield playing deep for Schoonover as well. Pence very deep in left field. Kuhn the same in right. Carr paints the outside edge. 6 home runs for Schoonover this year. 2-time All-State basketball player. He'll continue in that sport at the University of St. Francis in Joliet. Up the middle. Johnson will knock it down into short right field. Momentarily holding at third was Fierro. He's waved around to score, and it's a 3-0 lead.
Great effort by Colton Johnson laying out for that ball. It was not hit hard, but that one, as they say, had eyes. Johnson lays out. The ball deflected off his glove into short right center field. And Coach Jerry Kogel first said no, 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 and then go, go, go as the ball went away about, 12 to 15 feet off the glove.
And Loomis was able to motor all the way around to third. 1 out, runners first and third. A 3-0 lead, the 6th hit of this game for Reed-Custer. And at the plate, it's O'Donnell. He was asked to sacrifice bunt his last time up. Schoonover, good wheels at first. 23 stolen bases for Schoonover. Behind the plate, it's Eli Olteen, one of the top catchers in 2A. O'Donnell to third, contact play on. Second for 1. They do not turn it, and the run will score. Loomis was breaking on contact from third. The only question was, could SJO roll it? And O'Donnell will beat it out. 2 more runs, matching the 2 in the first. It's 4-0.
Excellent turn by Austin Kane. That is the 3rd bang-bang play already that Joe Kemp has had to deal with. And the speedy O'Donnell beats it and creates a run.
Comets struck quickly in the first inning, picking up 2 runs. They get 2 quick ones here in the second.
See a picture of Colton Carr right there. Young man gave up 3 earned runs since the beginning of March. He's given up 4 earned runs on a Saturday night championship night.
Well, yesterday Dalton Parker came in with those same flashy type numbers in terms of only allowing 2 earned runs. He gave up 5 last night.
Threw 120 pitches to catapult his team into the title game.
Good cut by Walden. We'll send it on to the concourse area, and a race is on. And it goes through the fence and disappears outside of Dozer Park, to the chagrin of about a dozen kids up there. Get ready, you got another one coming your way, fellas. They have their back to the ball. It just goes right past them.
4 of the 5 staff members on Coach Kogel's team on his coaching staff actually played for him as athletes.
With O'Donnell running, Walden will foul it off to the left side. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. Olteen has to snatch that one. Now with 3-2, O'Donnell will definitely be on the move.
Walden's dad, Rich, one of the assistant coaches.
That is low. Ball 4. Into second base will go O'Donnell. Walden at first. The inning will continue. Hunter Morosky will take his shin guards off. He had them on in the on-deck circle with 2 outs, and he will come to bat with another runner in scoring position. St. Joe Ogden fans, I think, a little taken aback here. They have rolled through this season, 35-3 record. Their pitching staff has been untouchable until they've come here to Peoria. Now a timeout is called. Mitch Prummer, the pitching coach, will take a walk out to the mound. Prummer and head coach Josh Haley go back a long way. They coached together for 11 years now, 6 years at Houston, then they came together to SJO for the last 5 years. In fact, Prummer coached a team, the Decatur Blues, in the old CCIW League, now called the Prospect League, and Josh Haley was his catcher. They work very well together with their pitching staff, and obviously it has been successful, as we are already seeing 4 runs and now seeing a little bit of activity in the SJO bullpen.
Well, you say they work successfully together and they work cooperatively together. It's so nice when you have that kind of symmetry among your coaching staff, especially your pitching coach, that you know what each other is going to do. And, you know, as he walked out there and said, Coach Prummer to the mound, I thought, man, he hasn't had to do that very many times this year. Yes, he's coached his staff. Yes, he's, you know, been a part of pitch selection, a part of training, but it hasn't been too many visits when you throw a bunch of zeros like SJO has all year long. He had to be a calming influence on that trip.
Colton Hale getting loose for St. Joe Ogden with Hunter Morosky at the plate and 2 runners aboard. Morosky looking for the hole left side. He's going to find it. Here comes O'Donnell. The throw, not a chance. It's a 3-run inning and a 5-0 Reed-Custer lead.
They are going up there aggressively. Morosky hit the ball to the third baseman, Dalton, the first time. That time he found what we call the 5-6 hole. He gets it between Parker and Johnson. Ball rolls into left field, and Coach Kogel's arm is going to be tired. He's doing some heavy-duty waving early on in this ball game.
Advancing to second is Walden. Eddie Wilkins had an RBI. A line drive down the left field line, his first time on a double. He is the 8th batter to hit in this inning. 6 batted in the first inning. It is 5-0. 5 runs, 7 hits with 2 outs in the second inning. Again, repeating, Carr had given up 3 earned runs all year. 5 earned runs right now in this game. to the right side, a little spinner handled by the first baseman Schluter, and that will bring this inning to a close. 8 men came to the plate. 3 of them scored. 4 hits after 2 in your 2A championship ball game. Reed-Custer 5, St. Joe-Ogden nothing.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life. It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life. This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Brent Hedrick will take to the hill with a 5-run lead. He's retired the first 6 batters for Reed-Custer. Comets coming into this game 28-5. 2 of their losses, in fact, their first 2 losses this year, came to Pontiac and Herscher. Now, both Pontiac and Herscher in sectional championship games today in Class 3A, they both lost. But those are 2 of the 5 losses that Reed-Custer suffered this season. Leading it off will be Eli Olteen. Hedrick pours it in at 87 miles an hour.
And it was April 9th when Normal U High put a 13-3 thumping on SJO. Since then, they've been on cruise control.
Loomis underneath this one will make the catch. A 22-game winning streak since that game you referred to. Brett Hovland's the designated hitter, hitting for the second baseman, Austin Kane. Hovland from that DH spot last night had a couple of hits, scored a run. Struck out his other 2 at-bats. Hedrick goes right after him here with his first pitch.
You and I actually, talking baseball like we love to do, said nothing, we were talking about this before the game, would bother SJO with all the different athletic scenarios they've been through. And this won't bother them, except the X factor is the man on the hill, Brent Hedrick. He's an awful tough guy to play catch-up against.
Strikeout number 4 as we speak. It's an SJO program, both boys and girls. They've already brought home, after this game, will include 5 state trophies. Of course, won the state championship in basketball just beyond the left center field fence at the Peoria Civic Center, Carver Arena. Boys cross country and girls cross country each finished 3rd, and the girls track and field team finished 2nd. Many of these baseball players on that basketball state championship basketball team, and also played on the state semifinalists for St. Joe-Ogden. Jake Pence hits this one hard to right field, but the freshman Loomis will run it down. 9 players that come to the plate for the Spartans. 9 have been retired at the end of the top half of the 3rd inning. Reed-Custer right back at it. They're leading 5-0.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
This NFHS Network event is brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Now that's something to smile about.
Brent Hedrick will get things started offensively for Reed-Custer here in the bottom of the third, but what he's done on the mound has been absolutely sparkling in terms of his strike-to-ball ratio.
Well, 9 batters faced, 7 first pitch strikes. That is as efficient you could be. And last inning, all he did was throw 6 pitches, an incredibly efficient inning. All 6 pitches found the zone.
And he gets his team back up to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning, leading 5-0. 5 runs, 7 hits for Reed-Custer. Hedrick wants to put that one down.
Now, data tells us that if you throw 70% first pitch strikes, that you'll average about 14.4 pitches per inning. And he only threw 6 pitches last inning using 7 out of 9 first pitch strikes. So there won't be a lot of wear and tear on him if he keeps going strike one and getting ahead on counts and causing defensive swings.
Carr looking to keep the leadoff batter off base because in each of the first 2 innings, base hits from Schoonover in the first and Weitzel in the second led to the multiple run innings. Olteen held that glove there just an extra fraction of a second, but it's still a ball outside. Curveball gets Hedrick looking. Absolutely froze Hedrick, who will trot back to the bench. That's the first strikeout for Carr.
Maybe his best pitch of the day. That one went down and down hard with late trajectory. Good tight spin on the laces.
Weitzel watches a curveball just cross past his shoulder and drop into the strike zone. Weitzel single in infield variety. Lead off last inning. This is going to be single to the left field side of this field. 2 for 2 for the number 7 hitter, Justin Weitzel, who came into this game hitting 148, into this tournament 148.
Handle a bat like he's a 350 hitter.
He had just 9 hits and 61 at-bats prior to this tournament. Yesterday, Weitzel 0 for 3, so that 148 average had dipped. Again, he's at first, clapping as he takes this lead off for Dan Fierro at the plate. Fierro had a sharp single to left center, ended up scoring a run in the second inning. He was already batting for the second time in 3 innings.
Tried to push bunt on 0-0, didn't get it done. Faked the bunt, looped a single left field to start that big 3-run inning, or keep it going, I should say.
He's ahead in the count, 2-0.
Looking down for a possible hit and run, but in the 8-hole, you think Carr can miss a lot of bats. He caused a lot of swings and misses.
Hits this one high in the air to left field. Pence will have to retreat a little bit. Stays under it. The catch for the second out. Brings up Josh Loomis. So with Loomis at bat already here through 3 innings, Reed-Custer has gone through their order twice.
Colton Carr is also throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. His consistency has been good. Reed-Custer jumping on that first pitch.
Reed-Custer fans doing the clapping. I keep looking at my statistics here for Reed-Custer, and the way that Weitzel, Fierro, and Loomis swing the bat, I just can't put together their batting averages. 2 of them below 200, and 1 of them just a shade above.
Hitting contagious, and they're hitting in a sick fashion right now.
But Carr paints the corner and gets Loomis looking. Second strikeout of the inning, and that brings the St. Joe-Ogden fans to their seat. Now they need some offense on the other side. We've played 3 complete innings here in your Class 2A State Baseball Championship, and it's Reed-Custer on top, 5-0.
heart-stopping, game-changing, tie-turning moments in high school sports. Under Armour highlights of the week on the NFHS Network.
This game moving quickly. We are starting the top of the fourth inning. St. Joe Ogden chasing a 5-run Reed-Custer lead. They will start it with their leadoff batter, Ty Brown. He went down swinging first time through, one of 4 strikeouts, one time through the order by Brent Hedrick. Curveball for a called strike.
Put a little pressure on Ty Brown, and I mean this in an utmost respect way. He's the guy that's got to get them going. He's their emotional leader, and he's got to have something good happen.
Up the middle. That'll be an infield hit. Fierro made a nice run to get there. His feet went out from underneath him. He did not have a chance anyway. So that is the first hit of the game for SJO, and the leadoff man is aboard.
Well, right on cue, Ty Brown. When there's a play to be made on the football field, the basketball court, or the baseball field, that's the guy you want to do it. He'll go to University of Illinois. Next year, he'll be a member of the football managerial staff, being around athletics.
You know, now that last swing, Brown didn't try to do too much. Just put the bat on the ball, create some movement, and he has it. Colton Johnson at the plate now.
32 pitches.
A wild pitch off the glove of Morawski sends Brown to second.
33 pitches now for Hedrick. 26 of them have been in the strike zone. He's been 80% strikes. He's been 80% first pitch strikes, and he's been 10.3 pitches per inning through 3, perfection.
This one off the glove again of Morawski. That will be a pass ball. Brown speeds his way to third base. So on consecutive pitches, wild pitch, pass ball. Starting catcher Sam Lepper started early in the season for Reed-Custer. He's been lost for the season with a wrist injury, so Morawski, number 2 catcher, has done a solid job down there behind the plate, but back-to-back pitches have escaped him. Johnson, hard to Wilkins. Throw to first, Brown holds at third.
Now, one of our keys to the game was Brown on the bases. He got on with a hit, right on cue. We said he had to get him going. Finds himself to second, finds himself to third, 2 balls back the screen. It doesn't matter how you get that. He's 90 foot away, but he's got to pick him up, this Dalton Parker.
Parker bounced out to second his first time up. Big swing. He wasn't just looking to drive home Brown, he's looking to drive home himself. Outfield playing Parker straight away, deep. Now obviously the contact play was not on the last ball that was hit to third. St. Joe Ogden trailing by 5 here in the fourth. Try to keep that ball away from Parker. It's 2-1.
I think with the middle infield, O'Donnell at short, Fierro at second. If there's a ground ball there, the run will score. They're conceding that run, but that ball was right at Wilkins.
Good cut. Just got a piece of it into Morawski's glove. This would be a situation right here where Hedrick would love a strikeout to take out that play you just described. Instead, it'll be 3-2.
He's got 113 strikeouts on the season up to date.
Parker the base hit. Brown the run. SJO on the board. Took the 3-2 pitch to right field. So Brown, the leadoff single, wild pitch to second, pass ball to third, base hit, and it's a 5-1 game.
So Spartans at SJO come right back, get their first run on the board. They now have Hedrick, since Brown got on base, pitching out of the set position after retiring 9 in a row.
Good swing there by Schluter. Don't know how many of the folks that are in the stands here at Dozer Park were here for our 1A championship ball game when Somonauk raced out to a 7-0 lead, only to see Goreville come back, cut the lead to 4, and then put 14 runs on the board to win it in 5 innings, 17-7.
That was quite the rally, 14 in 1 inning.
St. Joe Ogden, I don't know that they have that in the back of their mind, but they feel like they have a little ways to go in this one. We're in the fourth. And a little bit different level of confidence brought their fans back in the ballgame. Schluter goes fishing up high. Strikeout number 5 and the second out of the inning.
Well, hitting is all about timing. Pitching is all about disrupting that timing. I've been checking the board. If it's accurate, he threw a pitch in that sequence 84, a pitch 68, and that one 77. So try to gauge that with your reaction time. Very difficult.
Mason Kuhn struck out his first time up, really had a tough time with the left-handed Hedrick. He swings through that first pitch at 88 miles per hour. Rolled out to Fierro, short way to O'Donnell at short, and the damage is minimized. 1 run, 2 hits. Ty Brown got on, Ty Brown scored. 1 run for St. Joe Ogden. They still trail by 4. We're halfway home. Your 2A championship game and a 4-run lead for Reed-Custer.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Colton Carr has faced 18 batters through 3 innings, obviously an average of 3 an inning, and what it also does is it starts the bottom of the 4th inning with the leadoff hitter for Reed-Custer, Travis Schoonover, who's 2 for 2 tonight, a run scored and a run batted in.
Colton Carr's thrown 47 pitches, 35 of those for strikes, only 12 balls. So we reported that correctly. We also reported that when he's in the zone, the Comets have been all over it.
Schoonover will take down and in. 8 hits through 3 innings for Reed-Custer. They produced 5 runs out of that.
1985. Jerry Kogel won a title 31 years later, trying to do the same.
Second baseman Kane will suck this one up. 1 up, 1 down. The only other time Reed-Custer was in the state finals, 2007, that was Class A. They lost in the quarterfinals. That, of course, is when 8 teams came to the state finals. Finished that year with a record of 24-10. State championship team won 30 games back in 1977. A 33-12-1 record for the Comets. Neil O'Donnell at the plate, sacrificed and reached on a fielder's choice tonight. You're talking about it last night. Jerry Kogel, 787 wins. Big number, 38 years. He's not 85 years old. He started when he was young.
Graduated from college at the age of 21. Became a head coach at the age of 21. 7-15 his first year. Probably wondered what he's getting into. Like we all have done, right? I think he's done some building since then, huh?
Indeed. And he says he never really thinks about quitting. He just likes to be around the kids that much. That ball sizzled up into the concourse area.
And he likes to deflect any kind of praise or any kind of questions about him and say, this is for the young men.
O'Donnell just slapping it away.
His son Ryan had his Yavapai Community College in Arizona in the national finals this weekend.
Well, There's a few conversations there, right? Comparing notes. O'Donnell swinging a miss off the glove of Olteen. O'Donnell will reach first. So with one out, O'Donnell aboard.
That was a fastball about 6 inches off the edge on the swing and a miss. He chased the ball on his own. Olteen couldn't get himself shifted with his weight on that 88-mile-an-hour heater. Ball went back to the screen and on base.
Walden skies this one. A lot of things going out of play to the right side. That is the St. Joe-Ogden side of the field, and the race is on.
Got to give a compliment is due. And again, it comes down to a program. It comes down to coaching. The second that ball was in the air, O'Donnell was back tagging at first base. Now, that might be a simple play, but we've seen numerous players this weekend be off the base and get down the line when they shouldn't be. And that becomes repetition of practice all the way from the freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, and coaches throughout the program.
Ripped. Will it stay fair? It does. Walden into the corner. O'Donnell to third. Walden to second. A one-out double.
That was a changeup once again from Colton Carr, the changeup that stayed up in the zone. When you get a changeup down and away, it becomes a very difficult pitch to hit. When you get a changeup 8-9 miles an hour off your fastball and get up in the zone, good hitters like Jordan Walden, they'll put a hurt on it.
Walden, a single, a double, and a walk tonight. He's at second base. O'Donnell, who had reached on a drop third strike, is at third. Hunter Morawski, he had an RBI single in the second. Right-handed hitter stands in against Carr. May have been a little bit out of Morawski's zone. Pretty big gap in left center field for Morawski. Looking to squeeze, push it down to first base side. An RBI squeeze bunt from Hunter Morawski as O'Donnell scores. And a huge hand for the cleanup hitter for Reed-Custer.
Yeah, let's take a look at that run. You got your two-hole hitter, strikes out, but he gets on base. Ends up scoring on a squeeze bunt from, oh, you don't squeeze your four-hitter, do you? Oh, yes, you do. He gets an RBI in that situation. Who cares which way you get it done? You extend the lead 6-0. Execution again. A little bit of small ball comes up big.
Eddie Wilkins, he doubled in the first inning and drove in a run. So the single digit in the top of this inning that St. Joe-Ogden scored is matched here in the bottom. Reed-Custer continuing to put the pressure on. Wilkins into the air. Don't know if this will stay in play. First base side. Drawing a beat on it is Schluter, and he'll make the catch right on the grass. So the last out is a quiet one. The run, a big one. 1 run, 2 hits, a sacrifice, drop third strike. The lead remains 5 after 4. 6-1 Comets.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life. This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
The shadows here at Dozer Park on the third base side, starting to creep into the infield, covering third base. They've moved across the third base line. If it gets too much farther, times are really going to be tough for the Spartans from St. Joe-Ogden as they face Brent Hedrick. Hedrick gave up 2 hits last inning and a run. His teammates got one right back for him, 6-1, the end of 4.
Reed-Custer advanced in the semifinals last night. The aforementioned 4-3 win over Rockford Lutheran. And that game ended on a Rockford Lutheran out at second base as a player was trying to go from home to second on an overthrow to first. Tagged out easily. Reed-Custer took that out, moved into the championship game where they moved to a 6-1 advantage.
And took their record to a 28-5 mark. How many folks all about the same age are out on that hill? 15, 20? They played it well. They read it well off the bat with Colton Carr.
Hedrick at 78% strikes on this game.
Little check swing, bounces up to Wilkins. His throw, not in time. The throw pulls Walden off the bag. He stretched as far as he could. His toe came off. And the leadoff man is on. And Carr a little bit dazed, and we will get a courtesy runner for him. Garrett Grimsley, their pinch runner extraordinaire, will come on.
Jerry Kogels will come out and ask home plate umpire Ken Studebaker or Joe Kemp, can you ask for help? Because he has a different angle looking down the line. That's what he's going to do right now, doing this in an incredibly courteous way.
Error on the third baseman Wilkins. Grimsley, the first base, great speed there, just loves to run the bases. Grimsley came back out for his senior season just to come to Peoria. Mission accomplished. And all he wants to do is run the bases. 26 stolen bases. He was a three-point specialist in the championship basketball game just down the street at the Peoria Civic Center and Carver Arena. Had 3 threes in that ball game. Also a state finalist in golf.
So a pretty good athlete in his own right. Member of a team that he knew had a chance to do something special and wanted to be a part of it.
Eli Olteen flew out to right field, his only other at bat tonight. Second straight inning that St. Joe Ogden has gotten their leadoff man on base. "26 stolen bases for Grimsley. He stays right there. I don't think he has seen Hedrick's best move.
I don't think he will, to be honest with you.
Correct. And a little look away there, and he got him! Grimsley picked off.
And I'm not going to take back my words. I don't think that was his best move. But Grimsley just leaning the wrong way, and he caused himself difficulty by what? Not diving back to the base, by coming in standing up.
That throw was up, and that's where Grimsley was. High chop. Hedrick late getting to cover first, throw behind him, and backing up is Morawski. Wow, does that pickoff look big now? Credit Olteen with an infield single, just kind of in no man's land there over near first base, and he will get a courtesy runner, Tegan Poole.
It's a tough one. You go E3 or E1 on that.
Well, the official score is base hit.
Is that right? Very interesting. Very interesting. And actually, I wrote base hit down here, but I didn't think it'd be scored that way. You so appropriately called it. The bottom line was Hedrick was late getting there. And so the throw was behind him.
Brett Hovland at the plate struck out his last time up. Back to that pickoff move. I said a look away because on that pickoff move, Hedrick, the first couple of moves, just kind of threw the ball over to first base. On the move that he picked him off, he did look towards home and started his delivery towards first. That froze Grimsley for a second, but it was all about going back in, standing up. Short lead for Poole. He doesn't want anything funny to happen to him out there. Hedrick now ahead in the count, 1-2 on Hovland, the designated hitter. Just getting a piece.
Part of those baseball superstitions, SJO, anytime they come to the ballpark on a bus, they ride in the same seat every single time. So I hope somebody didn't sit in the wrong place today.
The only thing I can figure is if they did, it would be Reed-Custer's yak
that
caused the problem.
You got to love baseball.
We saw a photo of that earlier. He looks like a sneaky little creature. Foul ball out of play. I could pick up a car behind the stadium here at Dozer Park, nestled in downtown Peoria through center field. You see the skyline of Peoria.
Absolutely pristine playing field.
Yeah, this is gorgeous to look at, and through the entire weekend now, this is the 8th game. We've seen one bad hop. And it was a big one out near second base, but other than that, as perfect as any of these players may ever play on, no matter where they are. Of course, it's the Class A home of the Peoria Chiefs.
8 games, seems like forever ago that we were at the picnic, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was a long time ago, back on Thursday. And a one-out walk, runners at first and second.
String a couple hits together, and they'll seize some momentum back.
How big is that pickoff now?
Looms large.
Jake Pence, he flew out to right his first time. Just a shade under 300 for the season, batting average from the number 9 hitter. Pence didn't play baseball his sophomore, junior year. Came out this year because he didn't have much else to do. Those are his words. He did run track last year. Hits this one hard to right field. That carries deep. High off the wall. The right fielder, Loomis, will have to retreat to get it. 1 run in. A runner at first, Brett Hovland, had to hold up. And it is a run-scoring double for Jake Pence. That ball nearly left the yard.
Boy, it hit the top. I don't think that was a foot from leaving the yard. A 3-run bomb it would have been. Pence, you said he didn't have nothing else to do? He had something to do right there, and let's drive the ball off the right field wall.
The ricochet off the wall, once Loomis tracked it down, I thought would give Hovland a chance to score. Hovland, by the time that happened, was just a little bit around second base.
Well, that play was behind Hovland, and he had to wait for a while, but that ball kept carrying. The rule of thumb is the ball's behind you. That's when you pick up your coach. Josh Haley would have seen the play in front of him.
Now 6-2. After not touching Hedrick first time through the order, the second time through, 4 of the 9 batters that have come to the plate have gotten a hit. Back to the top. All of a sudden, Ty Brown back at the plate.
I don't think they'd rather have anyone else but Ty Brown in this situation.
Brown with home run power, 3 home runs. 2 of them have come in the playoffs. But a base hit would narrow this game to a 2-run lead for Reed-Custer.
And put Brown's wheels on the bases.
He goes right field. This will be deep but foul.
Look at that massive humanity on the berm chasing that foul ball.
Brown, star member of the football team, starting guard on the state championship basketball team. Center fielder, leadoff hitter, the state championship game for St. Joe Ogden. Puts it in play, high chopper, Brown hurries down the bag, and infield hit, and a run scores. So dangerous with his feet.
One thing that you can't teach is speed. Speed kills. He just outran the baseball off the strong throwing arm of Eddie Wilkins. And you can't teach the heart, and he has a heart of a lion. He's going to will his team to get back in this baseball game.
2 runs in and a 6-3 lead for Reed-Custer. Colton Johnson lines this one to left, and it's over the head of the left fielder, Weitzel. Look at Brown flying around the bases. Pence scores. Brown on the move. The throw. Not in time.
Brown on the base is one of our keys. He beats out an infield hit after the big hit by Pence off the wall. Brown beats out a ground ball, and I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter which team that you may be cheering for on the first base or third base side, you have to appreciate the way Ty Brown just ran those bases. From up here, it was like watching a thoroughbred, as he knew he was going the whole time.
Colton Johnson drives into what was once a 5-0, then 6-1 lead, is now 6-5. A 4-run spot here in the 5th. Still only 1 out for Dalton Parker at the plate. Parker takes down an in. The only out of this inning came on a pickoff after Garrett Grimsley running for Colton Carr got picked off. Then it's become single, walk, double, single, double. 2-0.
So you have a couple of aces in Hedrick for Reed-Custer and Carr for SJO that prove they are indeed human. Fine pitchers, but not impossible to move the ball on.
Mighty cut from Dalton Parker. Remember early in the game when we were mentioning that the St. Joe-Ogden fans very quiet? Now it's turned over to the other side. Not much from the Reed-Custer fans. They're stunned here in this 4-run 5th. Parker, another big cut. Pulls off the ball a little bit.
And also remember when we mentioned that this would not phase SJO because of all the athletic situations they've been in. They've been in pressure. They've had to come back in all sports, all seasons.
Parker's going to send this to the gap. This will tie the ball game. Parker to second. He's being held there.
Double, lots of trouble as they keep taking turns reaching second base. He no way could he have caught the ball, but I had my eyes right on Loomis when that ball was hit. He froze. He did not pick up the ball off the bat at all. He couldn't have run it down, but that just tells you something about the Sun Field right now.
6-6 ball game with Schluter at the plate. After being retired in order through the first 9 batters in 3 innings, St. Joe-Ogden 6 runs, 7 hits in the last 2 innings. And that's through a span of 4 outs.
And you talk about pitch counts. His pitch counts were easy, non-laborious, but he is really laboring right now, just trying to fight through this inning, gut through this inning, work through this inning. It's much, much more of a strain, both physically and emotionally on Hedrick right now, who was just cruising for most of the ball game.
3 doubles in this inning, and they were all stung. Schluter up high in his zone will go down swinging. Ninth man to bat in the inning, Mason Kuhn.
12 runs on the board, 6 each, 7 hits for SJO, 9 for Reed-Custer. Who'd have thought that?
Off Kuhn's fist. Catch made by Fierro, but what an inning for the Spartans. They pick up 5 runs on 5 hits, 3 of those doubles, And we go to the bottom of the fifth, and we are tied 6-6 in the 2A championship game.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who's in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
For Reed-Custer, they'll look up at the scoreboard here at Dozer Park beyond the right field fence. They'll see a 5 spot in the top half of the 5th inning, but the other thing they will notice, they are the home team. They get a chance here in the bottom of inning number 5. Reed-Custer tonight, 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. 6 runs, 7 hits for SJO. And for the second time in this game, Brent Hedrick will lead it off from the 6th spot in the Comets order.
And what we've done is taken a 7-inning title game and made it a 2.5-inning game where every pitch now becomes ever more important.
Colton Hale runs down to the St. Joe-Ogden bullpen. He will warm up there again. Hedrick reaches out off the end of the bat. It goes to Kane. 1 out. Boy, this is one thing right here that Colton Carr has been asked to do, is get us back in the dugout in a hurry.
His team gave him a second opportunity to go out and be the king of the hill. Gets the first out of the inning after his team comes back.
Justin Weitzel 2 for 2 tonight. Boy, a whole different feeling for Carr out there now. He's been touched, though, for 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Off the end of the bat for Weitzel, right into Mason Kuhn's line of sight, and he'll make the catch. 2 up, 2 down to Dan Fierro.
Carr going with more off-speed pitches in his package. Curveball there to get the fly out to right. He's thrown more than a handful of changes, and thought we might see him just try to go play old-fashioned hardball with his fastball, but he's mixing effectively right now.
Fierro, 5'10", sophomore, 179 average coming into this tournament. He has a hit and 2 at-bats tonight. He had 2 hits and 3 at-bats last night. Nice tournament from the ace spot in the order, and he's up in the count, 2-0.
Both teams, like they've been throughout this game, hanging over the dugout.
Checks it up. Didn't like it. He still had 2-1. He looks down at his head coach and says, okay, I'm fine.
2-0 changeup got the call.
Watches this one fly out of here. Count 2-2 with 2 outs. On a 2-2 pitch, Fierro is hit by a pitch. And what that does, that rolls your order over, because now your number 9 hitter comes to the plate with 2 outs, which means at the very least, unless something crazy happens to Fierro at first, Reed-Custer will start the 6th with the top of their order.
Yeah, this is a win-win situation. Loomis keeps it going. Schoonover being an RBI situation. Loomis can't move the line. Schoonover gets to lead it off.
Outside corner. Loomis tonight has scored a run, struck out looking. Reached on a fielder's choice, a bunt that he bunted a bit too hard to the pitcher, forced a runner at third. Very short lead at first. This ball hit down the right field line. It's got a little legs. Making a sliding catch in the dugout, or in the bullpen in foul territory, is Mason Kuhn, the sliding catch. Great catch from Kuhn. And things starting to go the Spartans' way. Through 5. St. Joe Ogden 6. Reed-Custer 6 in your 2A championship.
Olive Garden is bringing tempting new layers to our famous lasagna, starting at $11.99. With 3 new irresistible dishes like chicken parmigiana lasagna, ravioli alfredo lasagna, and seafood lovers lasagna. All with our unlimited salad and breadsticks, and all starting at $11.99. You won't want to miss a single layer, so come in now. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
This NFHS Network event is brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Now that's something to smile about.
Colton Carr to lead things off here in the 6th, and he'll start it with a base hit up the middle. After Kuhn's catch in a bullpen in right field, Colton keeps it moving.
Colton Carr feeling a little bit of extra life after his team came back for him.
And Garrett Grimsley gets another opportunity to run here, the courtesy runner. He was picked off in the 6th. He was picked off, you should say, in the 5th. And everybody in the dugout for St. Joe Ogden yelling back, giving Grimsley a hand.
He didn't read it well that time either.
No, he did not. He was going back on that one. Delivery, base hit down the left field line. Grimsley, great wheels around second. Here he comes. He's being held at third. Another double, this one by Eli Olteen.
It's been double trouble. Olteen has the hands over the head, giving his bench a little bit of a sign. Let's celebrate good times. Hedrick had 30 pitches, Dave, in the first 3 innings. He's thrown 54 pitches the last 2 innings. He's been around the zone, but SJO in attack mode, and they're playing double trouble, just taking turns hitting doubles the last couple innings.
Now, as the crowd calms down momentarily, pitching coach Jake Evans will leave the Reed-Custer dugout, and he will have a talk with Brent Hedrick. This is how last inning started. Carr reaching, Olteen with a single. This inning, single double. Brent Hovland, he has struck out and walked tonight. 273 average, a lot of things here that Josh Haley can do. He has Jake Pence, who rifled one off the wall in right field the last time up. 4 doubles in the last 2 innings.
Yeah, with nobody out, basically 1+ innings. So that's, when you think about that, and those are doubles that have been flat out scalded.
And that's what Reed-Custer did to Carr in the first couple of innings. Reed-Custer in those first 2 innings, 7 hits, and they were all hard ones. Here in the top of the 6th, Brent Hovland. Go ahead run 90 feet away with nobody out, the infield in tight. If Hedrick has a strikeout in his back pocket, this would be a pretty good time to use it. 73 miles per hour as he took something off of that one. Hovland was geared up for the heater. Pounds the strike zone with the first 2 pitches. Just missed.
Good miss, though, because above his hands, sometimes when you try to go up, you miss below. You get an 0-2 pitch hit hard against you. He stayed above the hands. Fish weren't biting.
There's his strikeout. That's 1. And he indeed had geared up to set the first man down. Now it's Jake Pence who doubled off of Hedrick.
Okay, so we're thinking a possible SJO squeeze from the 9-hitter at what pitch?
Great speed at third base. Pence a fly out and a double. The infield still on the grass. Grimsley at third. Behind that 87-mile-per-hour fastball, Grimsley has scored the game-winning run in 3 different games this year for St. Joe Ogden.
There was no visual sign given at all, and that means nothing because there could be a verbal sign.
Showed nothing. 2 balls and a strike. Ty Brown waits on deck. Brown, who had only batted once in 3 innings, now set to come to the plate very shortly for the 3rd time in 3 innings. Pence reaches out.
So what Josh Haley is saying basically is I have full faith, confidence that Pence is going to move the baseball. 2nd and 3rd, with the way Pence can run, I'd be surprised if contact's not on here.
Strike 3 called. Hedrick back-to-back called strike 3s. And with Ty Brown to the plate, I'm not surprised that Haley says I'm not going to bunt because I want and I need to get to Brown. I didn't need a pop-up double play of any sort. And they will walk Ty Brown. What a good move here with first base open.
Yeah, and one reason you walk him now, you go to Colton Johnson, who's a scholarship player. But the thing with Ty Brown, 1, he's incredibly clutch. 2, if he hits the ball on the ground, so much pressure on your defense to field and throw cleanly because he's got speed to burn.
Colton Johnson, a great athlete at St. Joe Ogden. Football, basketball, and here in baseball. Hendrick brought that one at 85. Runners 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Strikeout, strikeout. Now 2 outs with the base that's full. Johnson, the high chop. Wilkins cuts it off. The throw. Got him! Big time clutch pitching from Brent Hendrick. The score remains 6-6 to the bottom of the 6th we go.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Bottom of the 6th inning, state championship baseball, Class 2A from Peoria. Glad you are with us. This has been a beauty. Reed-Custer jumping out to a 5-0 lead, then 6-1. 5 spot in the 5th, 6-6. Here we go. And the leadoff hitter to start it. The bottom of the 6th for Reed-Custer is Travis Schoonover. 2 hits tonight.
You say glad you are with us. I'm glad I'm here. This has been a fun one. This is what it's all about. I'm nervous and I'm sitting up here.
How about it? Colton Carr on the mound. Schoonover will start it with a base hit up the middle. And now Neil O'Donnell, he had a sacrifice bunt all the way back in the 1st inning. He will come to the plate.
Schoonover 3 out of 4, setting the table. 2 great leadoff men at Schoonover and Brown, each team respectively, the catalysts of their offense.
Bunt popped into the air, and it's caught, a diving catch, and a double play to first.
Colton Carr, quick like a cat, off the mound, set his feet, found the ball in the air, laid out, fully elongated his body from fair territory to foul territory. A great catch, presence of mind then to get the easy double up as Schoonover, not really his bat. He thought the ball was going to be down.
Jordan Walden with 2 outs. How quickly things change. Well, Schoonover had to see the ball in the air, and he was at least a third of the way down to second base. Again, he's looking right into the sun through the shadows. Tough to see. No excuses, but 2 gone. Groans, moans.
You know it means something when every pitch draws emotion.
That misses. 3-1. Walden tonight. A single, a double, a walk. He's driven in a run and scored 1. 4.06 average coming into this tournament. 25 runs batted in, and he will head down to first. On a 2-out walk. Only the second walk of the night for Carr. He's also hit a batter. Hunter Morawski. A walk to the plate. Morawski, 6 foot, 165-pound junior. He also has a 4.06 batting average. Tonight, Morawski a hit in 2 official at-bats. He also had a sacrifice bunt that scored a run. 2 RBIs tonight. You talk about the emotion with each pitch. How about the silence before each pitch?
Absolutely. Pence, Brown, and Kuhn extremely deep, cutting off alleys in the outfield.
This one to the second baseman, Kane. Backpedaling, makes the catch. We will go to the 7th. In effect, we are in extra innings right now because we are tied at 6. Reed-Custer and St. Joe Ogden.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Olive Garden delivers the final moments. Bring home Italian favorites and they'll cheer for you on game day. Olive Garden is the official dining room of high school sports, and with the new catering delivery service, you never have to miss a moment.
St. Joe Ogden, their first appearance ever in a baseball state finals, bidding for their 2nd state championship in school this season. Should say this school year. Got one in basketball here in Peoria. Looking to do it in baseball. Reed-Custer, it's been 31 years since they won a state baseball championship all the way back in 1985. Combined record with these 2 teams of 63-8, and we battle it into the 7th inning.
You talked about extra innings. You could not set the scenario any better than going into the 7th of this title game.
Dalton Parker will lead it off. We're at the 3, 4, 5 spots of the St. Joe Ogden order. Spartans 35-3 this season. Reed-Custer 28-5.
Hedrick's 100th pitch is 2-0.
And how many of those have come in the last 3+ innings? Well, he was perfect through the first 3.
He had 31 pitches after 3 innings, so he has 70 the last 3 innings.
Parker taking all the way on 2-0.
Where Colton Carr only has 82. He's settled down quite a bit after that big inning that he gave up early.
Parker takes a big cut. 2 balls, 2 strikes tonight. Parker, a single, a double, had an RBI double in that 5-run 5th. Very deep. for Parker. And he will go down with the 9th strikeout of the night from Hedrick.
What a great changeup it was. You go 86, you go 74. Way out on the front foot was Dalton Parker. Quality pitch by Hedrick for out number 1.
And we'll bring up Aaron Schluter. He struck out the last 2 times against Hedrick. He was looking to go big.
MVP of pitching, movement, get the ball to move for you, velocity, change speeds, placement, locate. He's got it going now.
Her ball didn't quite find a spot. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for St. Joe Ogden. 6 run, 10 hits, and 1 error for Reed-Custer. 7 of those 10 hits coming in the first 2 innings for the Comets. Appeal is denied. Count stays 2-1.
I don't think we've seen an appeal, and that was a good call. I don't think we've seen one called a strike all weekend.
I believe you are correct. Blew that one right by. Gassed it up at 87 miles per hour. Boy, Hedrick has found another gear after he had those runners second and third, nobody out last inning. Wilkins will get a chance at third. One-handed glove, 360 spin in the out. 2 up, 2 down. Now Mason Kuhn, who has struck out, bounced into a fielder's choice and popped out.
Wilkins at 6'3", 225, went to his glove side, got the ball down, the glove down, ball stayed down, threw a seed after that pirouette that you talked about.
Off the fist, it bangs off the top of the dugout, a Reed-Custer dugout on the third base side. Big gap in right center field for Kuhn. Hedrick jumps on top, 0-2. And now the noise comes from the fans dressed in gold. St. Joe Ogden fans come to their feet as well. Do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in a 6-6 game. Class 2A state championship game from Peoria. Reaching out, left fielder Weitzel makes the grab, a 1-2-3 inning. And what it means as we go to the bottom of the 7th, a run for Reed-Custer would give the Comets the state title. St. Joe Ogden hoping that we play extras. To the bottom of the 7th we go, tied at 6.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who's in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
Eddie Wilkins to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wilkins doubled in a run in the first, grounded out to first and fouled out to the first baseman. Wilkins with power, number 2 on the team, with 3 home runs behind Travis Schoonover's 6. Reed-Custer fans on their feet. A huge contingent from Braidwood. Eli Olteen looking into the St. Joe Ogden dugout, wanting to get his defense position. They slide the right side of the infield a little bit more towards the middle for Wilkins. First pitch from Carr right there.
Game within the game. Wilkins, only job, get on base. Carr, only job, get the first out of the inning.
Johnson on 2 hops. 1 out. Brent Hedrick will come to the plate. A little bit of action stirring down in the Reed-Custer bullpen. Jordan Walden looking to get loose. Left-hand hitting Hendrick, first pitch into the air. Crane back pedals, 2 up, 2 down. And how about the way that Colton Carr has settled down after he was probably very close to being pulled in the second inning.
I think we had 16 hits up on the board after the big inning that SJO had. Since then, both pitchers have got back into their groove.
Carr looking like the pitcher who came into this game, allowing just 3 earned runs this year. He's given up 1 run in the last 4+ innings after giving up 5 in the first 2. Count even at a ball and a strike to Justin Weitzel. He's 2 for 3 today. Carr 1 pitch away from a strikeout. He has 2 today. They both came in the 3rd inning. And that's where he found his footing. Weitzel will lift it to left. Pence is right there. 7 innings will not be enough to decide a Class 2A state champion. We go to the 8th, extra innings in Peoria.
This NFHS Network event is brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Now that's something to smile about.
For the first time in 4-class baseball history, we have an extra inning championship game. And it is St. Joe Ogden and Reed-Custer. In fact, you have to go all the way back to 2002. The 2-class system in Class 1A or Class Single A. Stanford Olympia defeated Freeburg 4-3 in 8 innings. And this one will get through. The base hit from Colton Carr, the leadoff man on. And just like that, Carr will come off the base, and for the 3rd time tonight, Garrett Grimsley, the pinch runner that Josh Haley hopes every time comes up in an impactful situation, and here it is. He's been picked off once. He was stranded at 3rd the other time. Eli Olteen, he is singled and doubled tonight.
Pitch 113 there from Hedrick. He's got to be a little bit tired, but his adrenaline is flowing, no doubt.
Short right field, drifting out is Fierro. Off his glove. He better hurry. They get the force of Grimsley. So, even though it dropped, it's a win for Reed-Custer because Grimsley is off the bases. And once again, courtesy runner coming on. Tegan Poole for Old Team.
Fierro dropped that ball, but he had the presence of mind to know he had the easy toss to second base for the force out.
Brett Hovland, last time he was up, there were runners second and third, nobody out. That was in the 6th inning in a tie game. He struck out looking. He was followed by Jenk Pence's called third strike. Poole at first. Short lead going back as Hedrick comes in. It's 2-1. Advantage Hovland at the plate. Hovland has 2 strikeouts sandwiched around a walk in his 3 appearances against Hedrick tonight. Hits this one high and deep. Schoonover drifts over right there and makes the catch. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Jake Pence, you remember he took one high off the right field fence back in the 5th. That was part of that 5-run 5th inning that saw Pence get one of the 3 doubles in that frame.
And you're the Reed-Custer outfield right now. You have to be extremely deep because you don't want one hit to put the lead run in. You have to make them string 2 consecutively. So play very deep, no doubles defense.
This will go to Loomis in right field. Looks up in the sun field, pulls it in. Leadoff single, went nowhere. Once again, any old kind of a run will win the state championship for Reed-Custer as we go to the bottom of inning number 8.
The most heart-stopping, game-changing, tie-turning moments in high school sports. Under Armour highlights of the week on the NFHS Network.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Colton Carr heads out for his 8th inning of work. He's retired the last 4 batters. He will face 8, 9, and 1 in the order as these 2 lineups are pretty much synced up. If we go to the 9th, it will be the top of the order for St. Joe-Ogden. Here it is, 8-9-1, the bottom of the 8th for Reed-Custer.
Colton Carr's throwing 89 pitches. This will be number 90. He's hit the zone 64, now 65 out of his 90 pitches.
Fierro has been on base twice tonight. Single and a run scored in the 2nd, was hit by a pitch in the 5th, flew out to left in the 3rd inning. The way Carr's been pitching, it's taken a little bit longer to get around through the order here in the last 3 innings for Reed-Custer. 6 runs, 10 hits for St. Joe-Ogden. 6 runs, 10 hits for Reed-Custer. The outside corner takes the count to 1-2. Able to fight it off and stay alive. Reed-Custer jumped out to a 5-0 lead, led 6-1. That was after 4 innings. And then the big 5-run fifth. For St. Joe Ogden, we have had zeros on the board since then. Bottom of the 8th.
If you like drama, you're at the right place.
Line drive, Judson drops it, picks it up. Plenty of time as Fierro just stopped about halfway down the line. He thought it was a clean catch, and instead it becomes 6-3 either way. Dan Fierro was going to be out. Dan, that will bring up Josh Loomis. Last time Lewis was up, he was victimized by a diving catch in foul territory by the right fielder Mason Kuhn down in the bullpen area. Loomis will send it that same direction. Kuhn in the same spot, a little more conventional this time. 2 up, 2 down. Travis Schoonover. Schoonover this season, coming into the tournament, 8 doubles, 6 triples, and 6 home runs.
3 out of 4 today, and if he gets on base, we'll have some more excitement. You can see Colton Carr taking his hand above his head, said, "Get my outfield deeper, get deeper, get deeper."
Waits on it, slicing away from Brown, and it will fall in front of Ty Brown. There's the winning run at first base with 2 outs here in the 8th.
And that's why you play that deep. If Ty Brown would have been up in a normal position, that ball could have gone gap. If it goes gap, it goes 3 bases. So, yes, you give up a single, but you don't give up moving the winning run deep into scoring territory.
Schoonover with 23 stolen bases. He has a big lead. Fakes a break. O'Donnell. Base hit to left center field. Schoonover holds at second. The winning run. Now 180 feet away. The 2-out rally here in the 8th will bring up Jordan Walden.
And now you have a scenario if the outfield does indeed stay deep, because Walden can drive a ball, there would be no play at the plate if they're playing that deep on a normal base hit. So it's kind of pick your poison. I think at this juncture you have to make Walden drive the ball over your head to win the baseball game.
Looking at Walden's numbers tonight. He has a single and a double and a pair of walks on the season. Coming into this tournament, 406 average with 4 doubles. Last night he added another one. So he has 2 doubles in the state finals. And his winning run, his championship run, is sitting out at second base in the form of Travis Schoonover. Schoonover will keep a close eye on Jerry Kogel at third base. Neil O'Donnell, the trail runner, all he has to do is get to the next base. So it comes down to Colton Carr versus Jordan Walden.
Just about everybody on their feet.
Pence is deep in left. Brown has shortened it up a little in center. Kuhn a little bit tighter in right. Line drive center field. Brown the dive, can't get it. Here comes Schoonover. Reed-Custer, your state champions. The fireworks going off in the background behind the dog pile in the second base area. Reed-Custer, their first baseball state championship since 1985. Jerry Kogel, the head coach, was there for that one, and he's here for 2016.
Cue it up as a classic. It was. First 2 outs go down in relative calm. Base hit by Schoonover, who had 4 hits on the day, scores the winning run. Base hit, base hit, base hit. It happened in a heartbeat, and it happened in dramatic fashion for the Comets, a worthy state champion. 2 outstanding baseball teams, regardless of classification.
Reed-Custer scored the first 5 runs of this game. They were up 6-1 at the end of 4, and then they were stunned by a 5-run 5th inning. When you take it into the 6th, St. Joe-Ogden put runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. But then Brent Hendrick went strikeout after intentionally walking Ty Brown. He got a ground out, and from there on, Hendrick cruised. And here in the 8th inning, first 2 batters go out on a ground out and a fly out. Single Schoonover, single O'Donnell, single Walden. Brown couldn't get there fast enough, and Reed-Custer will leave Dozer Park as a Class 2A state champions. We will step aside. The thriller in 2A. We come back, we'll wrap it up. Your final, Reed-Custer 7, St. Joe-Ogden 6.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life. This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
The contrast could not be any more stark. The elation and jubilation of Reed-Custer with the 8-inning victory, the devastation for St. Joe-Ogden, who had battled back from a 5-run deficit. Comets from Reed-Custer, state champs, 7-6 in 8 innings. Mark, there were so many great performances tonight in a great championship ball game. Who are we going with, player of the game?
I'm going to go with the man that slid in with the winning run on your call, Travis Schoonover. I tell you what, 4 hits, scored the first run of the game on a hit, scored the last run of the game, the winning run, got a base hit with nobody out, had an RBI sandwiched in between, 4 out of 5. First run of the game, last run of the game. You said he's going to play basketball at University of St. Francis. He could play baseball an awful lot of places as well. What a classic, and what a privilege it was to be a part of this one.
Yeah, this was one of the greats. 3 consecutive hits with 2 outs in the 8th inning gives Reed-Custer the state championship. Earlier today, your 1A state title went to Goreville in completely different fashion. A 14-run 5th inning for Goreville to defeat Salmonock 17-7. We needed extras here. First time since 2002. And you can credit the Yak for Reed-Custer High School. The Yak comes through. The Comets, the state title. Final score, Reed-Custer 7, St. Joe-Ogden 6. For Mark Lindo and our entire NFHS network crew and IHSA.org, I'm Dave Bernard. Thanks again for joining us. Reed-Custer 7-6 winners in 2A.
ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the field for the presentation of first and second place team and individual awards. 2016 IHSA Class 2A State Baseball Tournament. Presenting medallions and trophies are members of the Illinois High School Association Board of Directors attending the tournament. B. Kent Jones of Reed Central, representing Division 7. Assisting tonight from the Illinois High School Association is Kurt Gibson. This time, please meet the Spartans of St. Joseph-Ogden. Finished the 2016 season in second place with a final record of 35-4. Superintendent Ryan Brooks. Principal Gary Page III. Athletic Director Dick Ball. Assistant Principal Brady Smith. Trainer Casey Hub. Head coach Josh Haley. Assistant coach Cody Haas. Assistant coach Mitch Boomer. Staff girl Carly Baker. Staff girl Samantha Gallo. Staff girl Caitlin Bowser. Number 1, Ty Brown. Number 2, Jason Bowman. Number 3, Eric Grimsley. Number 4, Colton Neal. Number 5, Cody Kern. Number 6, Austin Kane. Number 7, Mason Kuhn. Number 8, Eli Place. Number 9, Tyler Langdor. Number 11, Eli O'Keefe. Number 12, Harden Wright. Number 13, Jake Schuler. Number 16, Dalton Parker. Number 17, Colton Carr. Number 18, Brent Coleman. Number 21, Tegan Poole. Number 22, Jake Pence. Number 30, Colton Johnson. And number 33, Eric Schuler. This time to meet the Comets of Braidwood, Reed-Custer. First place by class record of 29-5. Superintendent Mark Mitchell. Principal Tim Ricketts. Athletic Director Chuck Anderson. Trainer Grace Edwards. Head coach Jerry Kogel. Assistant coach Jake Evans. Assistant coach Jeff Ritchie. Assistant coach Chris Vidmar. Assistant coach Rich Walden. Assistant coach Bill Everett. Manager John Felix. Number 2, Dan Fierro. Number 3, Sam Lepper. Number 4, Mason Roach. Number 5, Hunter Morosky. Number 6, Adam Wright. Number 7, Josh Loomis. Number 8, Jacob Meyer. Number 9, Justin Weitzel. Number 10, Travis Schoonover. Number 11, Parker Dramsfeld. Number 12, Neil O'Donnell. Number 14, Tyler Shaw. Number 19, Carson Anderson. Number 20, Brent Hedrick. Number 21, Eddie Wilkin. And now with Coach Haley and the captain of St. Joseph-Ogden, please step forward to receive the second place trophy. Coach Hogan, the captain of Reed-Custer, please step forward to receive the first place trophy. Buckle up, fans. It's the law. When you leave Joseph Park this evening, remember to use your seatbelt. The IHSA Illinois State Police Commission reminds you to click your ticket. Seatbelts save lives. Please buckle up on your way home.